take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. Hope you guys are doing well on this Monday. It's Monday again, guys. It's Monday. We are going to be looking at some astrology live. We've got to look at this today because there are certain things that are in transit that I'm watching, and I want you guys to watch with me. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, babe. Always supporting. Always supporting. Hey, April, good to see you, honey. Good to see you, Cree Designs. Hey, guys. Lynette, hello. Witchy Mama, good to see you so much. Just love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it, okay? Let's get into what I want to talk about today with the astrology. And this is going to lead us into it. So let's do it. Let's do it. This is from WBNS 10 TV. And it is about the Ohio men, the airmen that we lost on the 12th. Okay.
But first, let's start with that big news, the 3 U.S. airmen from Ohio who were killed in Iraq.
Right. This all came out Friday, as we've learned more about this crash in Iraq that left three dead. So we'll talk about each one of these men that we'll see. We can pull that graphic
let's pull up the
now.
graphic.
And
starting on the left.
Yeah, starting on the left is Captain Seth Koval. Then going across, Captain Curtis Angst and Tech Sergeant Tyler Simmons. Now, these men were all on board a refueling tanker that crashed. It was a Boeing Strato tanker. U.S. Central Command says it was an incident involving 2 aircraft in friendly airspace. This was not an attack. It kind of sounding like a freak accident.
Right. And we're still waiting to learn more from the Department of Defense about and CENTCOM about what led up to all of that.
Right. And while we're waiting to learn kind of the outcomes of that investigation, we are learning a little bit more about each of these 3 that were killed. So we'll go ahead and start with Captain Koval here.
Yes.
We learned that he lived in Stoutsville and worked as an aircraft commander with the 121st Air Refueling Wing. That's based out of here in Columbus at a Rickenbacker Airport. Now, he served 19 years.
Long
and this
time.
was after enlisting in Indiana. Then he was transferred to Ohio to be part of the Air National Guard in 2017. And he was basically a lifelong serviceman. He died at the age of 38.
Yeah. And now we want to show you who Captain Curtis Angst was. He served as a KC-135 pilot at the same wing at Rickenbacker Air National Guard Base here in Columbus. And during his 10 years of service, he was responsible for flying worldwide air refueling, aeromedical, cargo, and passenger operations. He lived here in Columbus as well.
Yeah. And then the third is Technical Sergeant Tyler Simmons. And this is the one that we've kind of followed through the weekend a lot. And Bryn, you had the opportunity for that. So he was the boom operator on one of these KC-135s, these Strato tankers. he was from Columbus, born and raised. He graduated from Eastmoor Academy over in the Eastmoor neighborhood back in 2015. And we talked with his family over the weekend. And they tell us he loved his job. And, you know, anything he loved more than his job was that he loved his country. His mom had this to say when we talked to her yesterday.
Once he got in the back of that airplane, that was it. He said, I will retire from this, Mom. I will retire from this. I said, well, what about the pilot? You always wanted to be a pilot. I'll do that with commercial after I retire from doing it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And
they were very emotional.
Very
about all
emotional.
this.
And it's incredibly understandable. One of my
It is emotional. It is emotional. And it's emotional for people that don't even know them. You know, it's emotional because war brings death. That's what war is. That's what it's all about, right? Warring. And for what? What are we over there for? What are we really over there for? So with that, let's get to the Ohio National Guard, who is going to address these airmen.
Our Ohio National Guard family is grieving. We lost 3 exceptional airmen in a tragic KC-135 crash in Iraq, and our hearts are extremely heavy. Captain Seth Koval, Captain Curtis Angst, and Tech Sergeant Tyler Simmons serve with dedication, professionalism, and pride. They are valued members of our team, and their loss is deeply felt across the 121st Air Refueling Wing and the entire Ohio National Guard. Today, we honor their service and remember the impact they had on the people around them.
These airmen were more than just uniforms they wore. They were our teammates, our friends, mentors who helped make the organization stronger every day. Behind each of them is a family who supported their service. Those families and the teammates who worked beside them, please know that you are not alone. Our entire Guard family stands with you.
This tragic accident has affected all of us. The most important thing we can do is take care of one another. Check in with your teammates, support those who may be struggling, and do not hesitate to reach out if you need help.
Moments like this remind us how strong our Guard family truly is. We'll continue to stand beside the families, friends, and units most directly affected by this loss. We will remember those airmen for their service, their commitment, and the example they set for us all. The best way we can honor them is by continuing to look out for one another and carrying forward the National Guard values they lived every day.
And that's that. And that's that. So we got to remember that these guardsmen, you know, these people that are fighting the good fight are people. This isn't a video game. This is real life. And more have passed. More have been unalive. More have died. Right? Let's look at this now. Let's look at this. More have died. Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Conflict in the Middle East now stretching into its 3rd week. Today, all eyes on the Strait of Hormuz, the critical waterway near Iran responsible for transporting a 1/5 of the world's oil supply, essentially shut down today. ABC's Olivia Rubin takes us there.
This morning, CENTCOM releasing new video showing blasts in Iran. These before and after photos showing the destruction.
Here you see a photo from March 1st of a naval drone storage facility located near the Strait of Hormuz. This is the same location 8 days later, completely destroyed.
This as President Trump intensifies pressure on NATO countries to help protect the critical Strait of Hormuz. Trump telling the Financial Times, quote, if there's no response or if it's a negative response, I think it will be very bad for the future of NATO.
Do you remember the past live where I'm talking about NATO and the future of NATO and how NATO and Trump connect in the charts. Remember, NATO has a 2955 Saturn in the 12th house of Leo. That 2955 Leo ascendant with Trump shows that Trump is a limit, obstacle, authority, a thorn in the side of NATO, so long as he is president. That will not change. It's not going to change yesterday. It didn't change. It won't change tomorrow. It was created when these two people, well, and when President Trump was created, when he was born, and when NATO was created. It won't change. It will not change.
Future of NATO. Attacks on ships in the critical waterway are effectively choking off some 20% of the world's oil supply.
These other countries are benefiting greatly from the United States military taking out the threat of Iran.
But those countries don't seem...
And she smiles the whole time. That's some weird shit. You're smiling, okay?
...eager. Australia and Japan already refusing the president's request. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer with this message after speaking with Trump.
We will not be drawn into the wider war.
And the German defense minister with a harsher message.
We have a situation which we did not provoke, which we don't cause at all.
The United States increasing deployments to the region. Over 2,000 U.S. Marines headed there as an amphibious attack group capable of conducting ground operations. The president has said he's not ruling out U.S. boots on the ground. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
So Trump is still not ruling out ground troops. And ground troops, guys, I think that ground troops would be an absolute nightmare because this isn't like Iraq. This isn't Kuwait. This going in there, boots on the ground, is going to be like a Vietnam. It's going to be bad. Bad. And for what? What are we putting our men and women in harm's way for? What's it really about? You know? Not good. And before we get started with the astrology, I want to show you the USS Georgia. This is a video from like 12 years ago, 14 years ago, from the Florida Times Union about the USS Georgia. So I thought that this would be interesting to open it up with the astrology. Here we go.
I'm Captain Brian McIlvaine, the commanding officer of USS Georgia. Been in the Navy about 24 years. I've been in command of Georgia since January of this year, January 2008. Georgia is a SSGN. It recently converted from the SSBN role. In SSGN, we carry 154 Tomahawk strike missiles, which will allow us to attack targets ashore, as well as up to 66 Navy Special Warfare folks, SEALs, for missions ashore as well.
This is one of our 2 lockout chambers, or locks. This is part of the conversion. This used to be a missile tube that held the Trident missile. Come on in, you can see this is where our SEALs can exit the boat. They can come in here. This is the shower area for when they come back up there and go in. They can flood that down and then equalize the pressure, open the hatch, and they can swim right off the boat and come back in through the lockout chamber.
The helmsmen that are driving the ship are some of the youngest sailors we have on board, 18 to 22 years old.
18 to 22 years old. 18 to 22 years old in a submarine. USS Georgia.
We give them that job so they feel like they're part of the success of the ship's mission. They have the ability to, they're controlling the ship's course and depth as we are driving into a navigationally challenging port or into battle stations if we're carrying out a mission at sea. We can do that because we put an experienced chief petty officer providing them backup right behind them. I think that's a good combination of teamwork. It gives the young guys a chance to feel like they're an important part of the mission, and it gives our seasoned guys the opportunity to pass on their wisdom.
190 feet.
Oh yeah, they're babies. 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 Little babes. Our little babies. 18, 22 years old. Yep. What you mom? That's what I'm saying. Like little babies. Have their whole life ahead of them. So let's get into the astrology, because today I want to talk about the USS Georgia and other fleets, other people that are a part of this war. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it. You share my whole screen. Here we go. Here we go. Let me pull up my pen here. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. Lynette, Jill, Shauna is in the house too. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all be sure and hit that thumbs up if you haven't. No biggie. Just go outside of the live and hit that thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to stop this clock. We can see that the moon is in the 8th house here, Aquarius. We're going to pull up hold on. Let me pull up the Secret Service as well, because I am about to get into this. Let's pull them up. Okay. All right. We're going to look at the USS Georgia and the transits first. Hey, Cinderella, good to see you, honey. I don't know exactly what time the USS Georgia was commissioned, but they are usually commissioned at 11 a.m. no matter what it is. Usually a commission is between 10 and 11 a.m., either 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. So I've got the 11 a.m. That's what we are going to use for USS Georgia. The USS Georgia today at 11 a.m. birth time would have a relationship. Okay, there's a relationship that is from the past, and it has to do with warring. It has to do with things of material value, things that the submarine would possess, have in their possession. And this 1357 is in transit all day today. All right, that 1357 is making contact. It's activating a relationship. There's a relationship with the USS Georgia submarine all day, but there's a weight. It's a weight of home. It's a weight of family. It's a weight of loyalty because it's in Cancer. And it's connecting with this relationship that is conjunct. As you can see, it's in conversation with Chiron, the wounded healer. And it says here that it could be a relationship that they are fated with, that there is a merging of some type of partner, feeling safe and secure with relationships. That is what the data is saying. So if we look at the transits of the day and we hear, we're thinking about NATO, thinking about the warring, the sea, the young men and women that are losing their life. Well, let me show you. Let me show you this. we've just had a wake-up call with friend groups, and it could be about friend groups that are in the sea of the submarine, this submarine and their friend groups that are in the water. Could be about the things of the past with the past investigation, a past investigation with those Ohio airmen. It could be a past investigation or something that has shaken them up. There's something that has just shaken them up today. And of course, we can't talk to them, so we don't know what it is that has shaken them up. We definitely had an opposition. There's a divine justice that is bringing a lot of attention. Actually, it's opposing. The justice is up here, and she is opposing the groups with the attention. There's a lot of attention that is actually being opposed, so we're not hearing anything about it. That's what that opposition would entail. And the reason why I'm looking at this submarine as well is because there's a connection with Donald Trump. There's a connection with Virginia. This 1614 with Donald Trump is about the law, relationships, the government. And there is a connection here with Trump, with the physician that brings enlightenment, and his physician that brings enlightenment is also slowing things down. This submarine has Donald Trump as the military leader, bringing them limits and obstacles when it comes to things that are hidden with their health, things that are hidden with their health and their everyday work. All right. So that's what I mainly want to start with is this submarine and the relationship. It could definitely be with the Secret Service. And the reason why I say that is because the Secret Service, there is somebody, something, someone that is possible. It's possible that there is a relationship because their Pluto in the ninth house would be sitting right here in the same exact sign. So Secret Service, someone from the Secret Service and a relationship from the past is where I'm making this connection. And there's a weight with the Secret Service today. There's a weight with the Georgia submarine today. And it just, causes me to pause and go, all right. What else, what else can we see with this chart or with these two charts that could be bringing a slowdown in the waters? That's why I've been interested in some of these submarines and what they do, what they're all about, just causing me to pause, take a look, try to understand what these connections are. So I want to take you now to NATO. NATO today. This is the relationship. Okay. This is the relationship that NATO has with Donald Trump. This is what I was talking about. Donald Trump rises at a 2955 in Leo, and they have their Saturn at a 2955 in Leo. And today, there is a breakup. Okay. There's a breakup with communications about things of the past. A lot of attention, is a lot of competition, egoic. This ego leader, Donald Trump, there's a breakup with the health, things of the past, with them and Trump today. Just because Admetos isn't in the same sign as Virgo doesn't matter. There's an activation here. And we can definitely see it. We just heard it. And it's about the communications. We just heard it online, those communications, right? We can see that Chiron at a 2450 has just went over the moon. Has just went over the moon. It's just made contact with the moon. It's just activated their moon, and it's letting off the past communications. NATO's public image is being tainted with the rhetoric going back and forth with Trump. He's calling on a bunch of people to help him. But what other countries are saying, like Australia, Germany, Japan, they're saying, "Hey, this is on you, Trump. You're the one that wanted to go in there. We didn't, we didn't create this war. We're not trying to be in a war with you guys. It's on you." And they are not the only ones. They're not the only ones. We can see that Mercury at a 919 in Pisces, the 919 in Pisces is coming down, and there's going to be a lot of media with the wisdom of Poseidon, and Poseidon rules the seas. Poseidon rules wisdom. So this wisdom that they have when it comes to contracts, when it comes to the health of the government, the health of relationships, there's a wisdom here with the international law. And we can see that the 415 has already left. The 417, that was just 2 days ago. So yes, we were talking about that before. That's the reason why we were talking about it, is because we were wondering, as we were looking at these charts, is NATO even going to last? Will they last with President Trump? And it's a valid question, especially now that we've just received the validation of what we were seeing 2 days ago. Right? Right. That's what we were talking about. And here it is now, and we see there's a reason why we were seeing that. Okay? Selena at a 00, Selena is now left Leo. Now she is in Virgo. Now she is all about health. She is all about service, organization, analytics. She's all about being analytical, a timeline. We want a timeline. She wants a timeline. And so because she's in Virgo, she wants a timeline. And when she gets to this 216, there is going to be something that NATO learns. It's going to be something that NATO learns. What is NATO going to learn? Well, let's see. Let's look at it. Let's go a little bit further. Hold on. Let me see something else. Hold on before we look at that. Let me read this just a minute. Hold on. Looks like we've got a relationship at a 2621 that's going to make contact with the lunar nodes of NATO. So there's going to be a relationship, a fated relationship, and it's going to have to do with war. It's going to have to do with other people's money, with the oil, with the Strait of Hormuz, right? Let's see. The lunar nodes are at 812. The 812, that's coming down to the FBI. We'll look at that. But yeah, so Juno is going to make contact. We've been here before. We've been here before with the law. Lord, Lord. And Zeus at a 25 59. Where is Zeus at with all of this? Let me see. Where would Zeus be? So Zeus is here in the second house. And it is. So it is definitely about their values. Definitely about their values and where they've been here before with the breaking of the law, the international law. What else? Okay. And of course, the dark moon is here in their third house of communications. What else do we see? Oh, I can tell you something that I do see. Hold up. All right, we're going to get this to the 216 so we have a date, but then I want to come back to what I'm seeing here. Definitely want to come back to what I'm seeing here. 312. I mean, let's see. 216. Okay, 216. This is the day that we're going to see something that they learned, that NATO learns. Okay, that's going to be April 1st. Oh, and I do have, let's see, I do have April 1st. That would be the USS Roosevelt. I've got USS Roosevelt for this day. So we're going to look at this. We'll look at that with the USS Roosevelt. But first, let's look at this. Hold up. Let me pull up the CIA. Something. I'm going to pull up the CIA because I see them with Tucker Carlson. Okay, hold on. Now, let me go back. Hold on. Let's look at the stock real quick because I'm seeing them as well. I'm seeing them as well. Cross his fingers for Hormuz opening. Okay. 400 bounces 400 points to start the week. Okay, so this is 25 minutes ago. So what we want to do is we want to see where they close today. Because right now they're jumping. Right now they are jumping up. The Dow is up. So, and the reason why the Dow is up, right, is because of the, we'll show you. God's will, Vulcan, when it comes to that 319, that's when I want to see what the market may do right here, right there. And this is also something that we need to check out Tucker Carlson with the CIA, and I can already see that the weight, again, the weight is on the Secret Service. Huh. The weight is on Secret Service today, all day. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see here. Where's Tucker? Let's go ahead and make sure we save this. Let's look at Tucker Carlson. I'm going to pull up the FBI too because I'm seeing them holding the fate. Let me pull up Tucker because I'm concerned about him. Concerned about him. Hey, Michelle. Missouri. Weather is crazy, that's for sure. Missouri gets loads of winds. You did 12 hours, no electricity. Oh my gosh, girl. Well, glad you're okay. Glad you're okay, babe. Let's look at Tucker. Let's look at Mr. Carlson real quick. Because he has been, do y'all know what's going on with Tucker? I showed that the other day with the live, but yeah, Tucker is not doing good because the CIA are they're going after him. You know, you can't talk about Israel. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Oh yeah. Damn, they've got, hold on, where did I see that at? It's with the submarine. Okay. Yes. Okay, so Tucker Carlson has a relationship, not a relationship, but he has a warring with the fate with that submarine. So this is going to be something that we will definitely be keeping an eye on. Okay. Definitely. All right. So this is Tucker Carlson on the left. Current transits are on the right. And this is what I'm seeing. So he has a 319. All right. He is definitely connected with relationships to the markets, to the stock market. All right. He's got a relationship. There is always information that is coming in with him that is connecting not just to the stock market, but also to King James. King James, you know, that Bible. And we can see that with Tucker. He's receiving information. Okay, gotcha. Now, what we want to do now is we want to see this 319 in the ninth house. This is with the courts. They want to take him to court. They believe, and I say they, the CIA believes that he has created a security risk. Interesting. So the South Node has come already to the second house of values. Lots of attention with these values. It first came here with the South Node, and this is where they hacked into his devices. Okay. There's something that we're learning here, that Tucker is learning here, that is shaking him up with groups, with the law, with contracts, and that would be with the Secret Service and with the CIA, tapping into the phone, listening in, because that's what they do, right? We don't have any type of security when it comes to our devices, right? We have no. It's just, you know, they can just do what they want when they want, and we have no say so over it, like little puppets. So, yeah, so he's literally learning something today. He will be learning something today at 2:30, 2:40 Nashville time. So we got, you know, we got a little bit longer to go. And the sun is definitely going to be shining. The sun is definitely going to be shining in that ninth house with the courts, with the judge, with the Department of Justice. We'll have to look at the Department of Justice, guys. There's things going on with him today. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. All right, what else did we see? So the dark moon at a 938. Well, the dark moon has already gave him an intense experience when it comes to CIA. Tapping into his stuff. Got a little shaky shake, didn't he? Very intense when the dark moon came over him. Saturn's at a 339. We got a 319 with Vulcan. That's the information that's going to be coming into him very soon. What else do we see? Oh, man. So Saturn is actually coming here. Saturn is going to come here to his Chiron. It's going to activate this Chiron. Wow. Oh man, that's not good. Not good, not good, not good, guys. Let me see what else I can see here. Yeah, something is happening with him today. Okay, let's look at the secret. Let's look at the CIA here with this time period as well. We see this going on with Tucker. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's a lot of pain. It brings a lot of pain. Brings a lot of pain. So, wow. So there's been a reigniting of a flame that's been activated. So this flame has been reactivated with the CIA and their undercover operations with, you know, what they do with the government and the investigations. There's going to be a relationship that's going to reignite here with the Department of Justice. Huh. Pluto's at a 455. Let's see. Yeah, this is not good. Not good, not good, not good. Let me look at the Department of Justice. With this right here. Then we're going to look at some of the other warring machines that we need to be talking about. So the Department of Justice. So you see this 2411, that's their Saturn. That is their Saturn, the 2411 in Sagittarius. This is the Department of Justice, right? Jupiter rules this house. Sagittarius and Jupiter rule this house. So again, this is about the international. This is about international law as well. And the 2411 is how they connect with the United States of America. Now, 2411, I want to go back and I want to show you that Tucker Carlson, hold on, no, he's got the 2211. The 2411 is the Mercury. It's the Mercury of the United States. So the trickiness with the media and the Epstein files. That's where we see this 2411 in a big way, okay? In a big way. I just want to look at this for a second and see what is going on with Tucker, maybe. 546. Let me go back and look at his chart. 540. $358, 1028. Let's see. May not be with the Department of Justice, but it could be. You got the FBI. I'm going through this really quick too because I want to get to those the other charts that I planned on doing, that I planned on looking at, but I see Tucker. Yeah, so we definitely have the FBI today. A lot of things with the FBI. The 1710 is with the communications that are hidden in the 8th house of communication. I mean, the 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, the investigation with devices. definitely with communications here. So this is in the 4th house of home. Is the FBI there? Is the FBI at his home? Let me look. There's a weight. There is a weight. And see, this is how the FBI, this 251, that's how the FBI connects to the CIA, where they share pain with that Chiron in their 1st house of Scorpio. So this energy, this 1647, we are seeing a shakeup with an investigation that is weighing them down. And that's in the 5th house of kids. It's about how they create. So it could definitely have something to do with schools, with children. But this is definitely communications with 2 people. And this 811 is coming to them. So this 811, right now, the lunar nodes of fate are at an 812. So the North Node here in the 8th house of the things that are hidden with groups. This is a group thing. Holy shit. Huh. Damn, what are we seeing here, guys? What are we seeing? We may not be seeing anything about Tucker. Hold on. The fate is going to come here to things of the past. A past relationship, somebody that's in the past. That's possibly been locked up before, or someone that is locked up. Or someone that is locked up. Hold on. Interesting. I think I'm missing something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm missing something. In just a few days, like March 19th, March 20th, that is when the FBI is going to be in transit with that 2556, with Zeus going to be activating it with Donald Trump. This is going to be on the 19th, 20th of March. Interesting. Okay. 938. Who has this? Let's see what's going on. Is this a false flag? Like, what in the hell? Is this some kind of false flag that that this is setting us up? Because there's already been a reigniting of the flame with the CIA. And now we're seeing the FBI. And it's just in a few days, there's going to be a lot happening with the FBI and Trump. Market, guys. I'm telling you. Look at that, 2450. Chiron here in the 9th house is sitting right here. So Chiron in Aries at a 2450 is sitting right here in the 6th house. Their everyday, their health, lots of warring here, lots of pain here with their everyday. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Maybe we can see what's up. FBI. Oh. News. It's 10 hours ago. Was an FBI agent for 25 years. Kash Patel's playing a dangerous game. No. FBI adds 3 suspects to 10 most wanted list after 7 arrested under Trump. Okay, now this could be it. This could be exactly what we're seeing. This could be exactly what we're seeing, y'all. FBI adds 3 suspects to 10 most wanted list after 7 arrested under Trump administration. That's it. That would be it, honey. Under President Trump's leadership, 7 of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives have been captured in just the past year. If you were on the run from American justice, your time is running out. We are coming. FBI adds 3 fugitives to the most wanted list after 7 caught by Trump administration. Well, there it is. Let's give that ego something else. Let's look at this. Because this is definitely in transit right now. It's definitely in transit right now. Interesting. And this was 3 days ago. Hold on. This was 3 days ago. Let me take this off. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Share the screen. And let's look at this because it's in transit, but there is something happening with it today. And there's something that's going to come about with it in 3 days, in just a few days.
New this morning, for the first time in its 76-year history, the FBI's most wanted list now includes a suspected cyber criminal. The National News Desk's Morgan Stevens joining us now live from Capitol Hill with more on this. Morgan, what are investigators saying about this case? Who is this guy?
Good morning, Jan. The FBI says they're now looking for Annabelle Aguiar, a suspected hacker who went by the online alias Prometheus. Prosecutors say he created malware that could take control of ATM machines and force them to spit out cash on command, a type of cybercrime known as jackpotting. Investigators say millions of dollars from the scheme were funneled to the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Because of the scale of the operation, the FBI has now placed Aguiar on its most wanted list, and they're asking the public for its help, offering up to $1 million for information that leads to his arrest. Officials say it marks a major shift, showing how cybercrime is now being treated as a national security threat on par with traditional organized crime. Live on Capitol Hill, I'm Morgan Stevens for the National News Desk, America's News.
Well, there it is. There it is, guys. That's what we are seeing with the FBI right now. Right here.
For the first time ever, the FBI added a cyber criminal to its top 10 most wanted list, and they believe he and his co-conspirators committed crimes, some of them right here in the metro, and used the money to fund the terrorist group Tren de Aragua, or TDA.
But see, this is something that we need to know, is that we are not looking at a, I mean, we have, since 9/11, all we've been hearing about, everybody is a terrorist group, right? They're a part of some type of terrorist thing. But what we are seeing is a reigniting of the flame with the FBI, CIA, and the Secret Service. Is it really that they have caught Prometheus, this engineer? Have they? It's just hard to believe anything that comes out of their mouth. It really is. It's hard to believe anything. Because, it's like once somebody lies to you, how many times do you trust them and you believe what they say? For me, none. After they lied to me once, I'm just over. I'm done. The USS Georgia's role in the Minab incident. Scrutiny regarding a strike on the girls' school. So do you think that that's what it is? You think that that's what it is? Because if so, then we know who the relationship is. It's the Secret Service. Okay? It's the Secret Service. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Yep. So then now we know. Now we know why it is that we are seeing a huge weight over the Secret Service and their connection with the USS Georgia. Okay? Now we see it. And that was on February 28th. Yep. definitely close, because the Secret Service, the CIA, they're right there. They're right there with this little girl's school. All these kids. All these kids. And we saw it. We saw that before it even happened, because we were talking about Iran and kids and schools. We saw that before it even happened. The building was once part of an adjacent Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps naval base. Yep. CIA gave the military wrong info. Outdated intelligence. The Pentagon's preliminary investigation has identified a catastrophic failure in the targeting data. I don't trust them either. I don't trust them either. I don't trust not near one of them. Mm-mm. It is so sad. Little babies. This is what war does. This isn't a video game. You know what I mean? This isn't a freaking video game. People are all happy and smiling and, all happy that we're over there. This is what war does. It kills innocent people, including children. It's wrong in every sense of the word. There is nothing spiritual about this. There is nothing holy about this. There should not have been not one prayer except to keep his ass out of going into Iran. That would be the only prayer. Yeah. Yeah. It's a business move. Business as usual. Don't care about the lives. Don't care. Haven't cared. I mean, look at Gaza. It's an absolute nightmare. It's so sad. And anybody and everybody that has a huge following like Tucker Carlson is going to be taken down a notch. They off Charlie. They can't just off Tucker. It would be so obvious. So now they got to take him to court. Now they got to try him. That's what they're talking about anyway. I hope that doesn't happen, but there is a huge weight over the USS Georgia all day today, and it is connecting to a relationship with the Secret Service. Point blank, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can see it in the charts. We can see this, and it's so sad. So let me take this off. Let me show you the screen again, the entire screen. Let's get back to the astrology. Entire screen. Here we go. All right. So now we know that, well, let's look back. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. I'll have to not share my screen again. Hold on. Let me see if this tells us anything about it. What we can find online that will accommodate. Let's see. Here we go. This is Times News, U.S. strike on Iranian school linked to outdated intelligence. This is what we are being educated here. Drone operators had to view the footage. We all broke down. It's shocking. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Okay. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This is what the astrology shows. Can't make it up.
Findings within the Pentagon are that it was this out-of-date information that was passed to the military commanders at Central Command, and they hit the girls' school believing that it was part of the naval base, which I should say is right next to the Strait of Hormuz.
Good evening, David.
Thank you very much. Good evening from Washington, D.C.
Thanks so much for being with us. Let's talk Iran first of all, because speaking to Axios in one of his random phone them up and talk at them interviews that he's done so many over the past few days, as we were discussing, weren't we, the last time I spoke to you. He's hinted the war with Iran could end soon because there's practically nothing left to target. The president still maintains the war is going great, despite preliminary reports suggesting that the strike on an Iranian primary school that killed at least 175 people was the responsibility of the United States. Here's President Trump talking a little bit earlier about the status of the conflict.
You just said it is a little excursion, and you said it is a war. So which one is it?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an excursion that will keep us out of a war, and the war is going to be. For them, it's a war. For us, it's turned out to be easier than we thought.
Okay, David, commenting on
trying to find out where they say that it's a USS Georgia.
Yes, and of course, President Trump hasn't gone to Congress for permission to declare war. Instead, he's launched this military action with Israel, and yeah, it's not the first time I've heard him talk about it as an excursion.
Okay, all right. The reaction to the story about the strike on the Iranian school, it was an exclusive of the New York Times. It is a preliminary a preliminary inquiry into an ongoing military investigation to look at whether the US was responsible for that deadly Tomahawk missile strike. And they've been given various quotes from people close to the investigation who don't want to be named because they feel that they are themselves going to become a bit of a target if they stick their head above the parapet. But from what the New York Times certainly understands, the evidence is there to suggest that this was a huge error by the United States.
The evidence has been building ever since this happened. Actually, on February the 28th, on the first day,
yeah,
attacks, and we've seen President Trump on Air Force One at the weekend saying it was Iran. He believed it was Iran because they're not very accurate with their targeting. But the latest reporting is that the U.S. Central Command was provided with outdated information about the target that they wanted, which was a naval base. This school was actually part of the naval base until 2016 or so. It's right next door. And the information was provided by a different department, the Defense Intelligence Agency, which analyzes all the data and provides the targeting according to the reporting. And we had President Trump yesterday suggesting that after images of a Tomahawk missile heading into that area were released, we had President Trump saying, well, he thinks Iran got hold of a Tomahawk missile and fired it at their own school on the first day of the war, which didn't seem very credible. And now we've got these reports that the preliminary findings within the Pentagon are that it was this out-of-date information that was passed to the military commanders at Central Command, and they hit the girls' school believing that it was part of the naval base, which I should say is right next to the Strait of Hormuz. It's a critical piece of the defense, actually, of the Strait of Hormuz.
Meet EM Sense, a breakthrough in foot therapy that wraps around your foot and ankle like a therapeutic.
Yeah, we had a guest on earlier, David, a gentleman called Wes J. Bryant. He's a former chief of civilian harm at the Pentagon. And he said to us that it was common knowledge and common practice in his time of working with, target coding, working with information that...
I wonder if this is because, I don't guess they're going to tell us, I don't guess if they're going to tell us which one it was, but I do know that the USS Georgia delivers Tomahawks, right? So it could be that it was the USS Georgia, like Army Vet is saying. It could be that that's what it is. I was just trying to find the confirmation from the internet. And I do believe that they want to retire this submarine. I don't know. How does a submarine deliver Tomahawk missiles? I'm so confused how they would deliver Tomahawk missiles from a sub. I don't know. It's I don't know. Let's see. The USS Georgia, an Ohio class guided missile submarine converted to carry up to 154 BGM 109 Tomahawk cruise missiles, providing massive, stealthy, conventional strike capabilities. Capable of deploying 22 7 missile canisters, it serves as a critical high-volume standoff asset used for rapid, long-range precision strikes. Outdated. Okay, here we go. Instead of retiring this submarine, looks like as of March 9th, 2026, the ongoing operation has underscored the vital role of the Tomahawk land attack cruise missile from the Navy exhausting stockpiles to dismantle IRGC infrastructure. There it is. There it is, guys. So instead of retiring it, they didn't. But it is to be retired. And it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder. Let's see. When did the girls' school get hit in Iran? 28th. When did the Ohio airmen get hit? March 12th. Okay. All right. Interesting. Did y'all see any of that? You didn't, did you? Damn. Or did you? I hope so. I'm about to share my whole screen again. That's what it is. That's why we're seeing the weight on them today. It's because that relationship that they have with the Secret Service is the one that has the Pluto. The Pluto. Their Pluto sits here. So it's not good. It's not good for the USS Georgia relying on any type of information because it is outdated. They are outdated. They don't care about life. All right. They don't care. Give a rat's ass. Give a rat's ass about it. And it's this 1614 that is going to the President of the United States and to Virginia, but the president is the one that slows them down with this war and with the investigation, right? It was a slowdown with the investigation. They were blaming it on everybody else and everything else, and that's where the justice is coming from today. That's why the justice is right here opposing opposing the school, opposing the kids, guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This guy was there when it was commissioned, so I was looking at them together. And there is a Mac He's definitely has a relationship with the CIA. Definitely has a relationship with the CIA. Mac Mattingly. I don't think he's still alive today, but I'm just saying. Just saying. So if we look at Germany today, see what we can tell with Germany today, with Australia today. Let's look at Japan, because they are the ones that are saying, nope, we ain't going. We ain't fighting your fight. We ain't fighting your fight. Okay. Let me see which one I want to pull up. Let's pull up, because I've got two charts for Japan. I'm not real sure which one to use. So let's look at this one. Let's look at this one and see if we get any contacts. Yeah, I would say that this one is a good one, but I don't. Yeah. So the dark moon is coming to the third house of communications with Japan. There's a disordered aggression. It's about the weight of the war, the weight with the international warring, and the law as well. So that's coming. That is definitely coming. And it's just not even here yet, but it's coming. I can see where a lot of things have already passed. A lot of things have already passed, including Australia, the divine justice. Where is... They have a relationship at a 219, so we're going to see that come in with Australia the same day. So on the 20th, I think it was the 20th, the 19th and the 20th, that's where we're going to see things with NATO, and we're going to see things with Japan as well. Okay. So that's that. We can see what's coming for Japan. Let's look at Australia. The Aussies. Good afternoon, Lindsay. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so we got Australia. Australia has just expanded. So Jupiter has just expanded Australia's magnetism. And they're like, nope, we ain't doing it. We're not going. We're not going. And then Jupiter made contact with their dark moon, the things of the past, with the health and the law, with relationships, the balance, lots of disordered aggression. They said, no way, Trump, we're not going. So Jupiter has already done that with them, has already made contact, has already, and that 2556 that is coming with the FBI, with Trump. Oh, yeah. With Zeus. It's going to be coming here to Australia. So let me just tell you something. If there is anything that goes down in Australia, you heard it first here. Okay? You heard it first here. If anything goes down in Australia, you know why? Because they said no. They said no to the warlord. Because Zeus is going to be coming here with Australia. Let's look at that. Let's look at that one more time. 2556. Let's see it. Let's see it. With Trump. FBI. Well, look at that. There's the 2556 coming in on the 17th, too. That's tomorrow. Okay, we'll keep that there. This looks like Australia as well. With Trump. There it is, March 19th. March 19th. We're still having, so look, even on March 19th, we're still having a wait over the USS Georgia. We're still having a wait over the Secret Service and the things of the past, what they've done, what they continue to do. What they continue to do. This is, yeah, this is a big day. Big, big, big day. The 18th and the 19th. Or the 17th and the 19th. The 17th and the 19th. Okay. Oh, wow. Lord, Lord. This is going to lead into a disordered aggression with Bibi, with Netanyahu. Wow. Bunch of warring little boys. That's what it looks like. A bunch of boys in the schoolyard who can't get along. Let me look at Netanyahu, his mother. What's he doing? So that's causing problems with his end times, wanting to come have end times here. Yep. Okay. So let's go back. This is something else right here, guys. You're hearing it first here. Here it is. We're going to wake up with it. We're going to wake up with it. Oh, baby. This is where Zeus is going to come in. This is right before Zeus comes into that 2556 with Australia, with the FBI, with Trump. And the dark moon is sitting on the ascendant of Netanyahu. The FBI and Trump, they got some things that they are hiding right here with Neptune. And look at that. Eris. Oh, we're seeing something here, guys. Eris and Chiron are conjunct, same degree. I feel like we've already talked about this. Look at that. The weight with the ship. So what this means to me, guys, is that there is a major opposition with NATO. Okay, there's a major opposition with NATO. There is going to be some things that are going to be coming about on March 19th that is some serious shit, some serious stuff. This is hitting Netanyahu's chart in a big way. And there's going to be a relationship. There's something big. Hold on. Something big. Let's look at him on the 19th. On the 19th. God, I've got this written down. Okay. So I've got the 19th. I've got the 19th and the 20th. Is anybody else having trouble with YouTube? Or is it just me? Cinderella's asking. Yeah, March 11th, Stryker did hack into the retaliation. Yep, they sure did. Yep, we talked about that yesterday, Michelle. We talked about that. I think it was yesterday. No, it was on the 14th. We talked about that on the 14th because the cyber attacks are real, and they can take our grid down. They can take our grid all the way down. We are in it's a different type of war. Different type of war, honey. So what we're seeing here is Netanyahu, Netty, he has a 956 ascendant in Sagittarius. This is about his belief systems. This is about the law. This is about missiles. This is about the war. This is about the fire, okay? This 956 is coming right here. So the dark moon is just going to sit there for 3 or 4 hours. Just going to sit there on his ascendant. And there's going to be a justice. He's going to learn something. He's going to teach something because that 0027, look at that right there. Selena is going to be teaching. So he is either going to learn something about the justice that is coming to him, or he is going to teach something. One of the two. One of the two. And I want you to understand that this is a day where not only he is going to be transformed for the future in groups with that 458, it's going to be shaking him up with groups at home, with communications, but it's also with China. China is showing up, guys. China is going to be transformed with their ascendant. So whatever he is learning, he's pissed off. Netanyahu is going to be pissed off at China on the 19th. It's going to shake him up. He's pissed off. We've seen this. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it would appear to me that this is actually going to happen. Whatever he's pissed off about could be happening on the 18th. Because this is in the past. We got this justice with groups in the past, a reigniting of the flame with NATO. Yeah. You know what? Oh, Pete Hedgeseth, guys, he's going to be having some limits and obstacles with all the information that he's got coming in. Confusion. That's what it feels like when I look at this chart. Confusion. Very confusing. Let's see. 1741. 1759. Okay, let's go back. Let's look at Hedgeseth because there's something I'm seeing with him. Let me see if I've got him. No, let me pull him up. Thank you guys for being here and looking at the astrology of this war, because we are seeing things before they even happen. We got the 411 here. The 411. Okay, so look, this is definitely, there's going to be an investigation against Pete with the communications here, and it's going to oppose him. He is going to be opposed at the same time. He is going to be opposed at the same time that Bibi Netanyahu has issues. So what's going to happen is Pluto is going to be on him on the 18th. Transforming the investigations, other people's money, things that are hidden with friend groups. And then the next day on the 19th, well, that is when things are going to be shaken up with China and Bibi. Going to get a little shaky shake. He's going to be opposed. Major opposition. 918. Hold on. That's NATO. So he has this with NATO. So he is definitely connected to NATO. And as you can see, he rises in Sagittarius. So after this dark moon leaves Bibi, it's on its way to sit on him and his ascendant. And this is life-changing. It can be. It can definitely be life-changing. Just so you know. It can definitely be a big deal. It's a big deal. So the 359 with Pete, the reason why I'm saying that there's going to be limits and obstacles with him and the things that he was receiving, possibly from Trump, okay, is that 359 is right here. It's where he receives information, communications, and that 359 is also right here, where he receives information from the governing bodies, from his authority. This 428 is Donald Trump and Donald Trump's connection to Canada. To Canada. So we also need to look at Canada's chart because there's something brewing here more than meets the eye. Definitely more than meets the eye. There's something definitely brewing here. Definitely Secret Service. So we got the Secret Service, this 358. So the 359 was already in. There was a lot of attention. There was a lot of attention. What is going to happen on the 18th? So the 18th of March, the 19th of March. That's just 2 days away. 2 days away. Huh. Let me look at Canada because we're going to have to see where this 2459 is showing up. Because it's going to be on the 20th, right? It's going to be on the 19th after this. That's when Trump, that's when the FBI, that's when Australia come back into transit after this. Okay, so let's make sure that we're not looking at Australia. And we could be. Let me look for a second. I know that Venus is going to make contact. Venus will be making contact, but that's not, I don't think that that's what I'm looking for here. No, don't think so. Don't think so. Definitely China. Let me look at Germany. On the 19th. We're going to look at China for sure. I'm just checking in on these people that said no. Said no to Trump. Okay, they have a 2457. So that would be tomorrow. A lot of warring is going to be going on with the 6th house. They're every day with Germany, with their enlightenment about the communications. But that's not what it is. I'm seeing here. 2459. Department of Justice. Let's see. NATO. Where did NATO go? They don't have it. I'm wondering. Let me look at the Secret Service. I'm wondering if it has to do with I'll look at China. I don't think it's China. I mean, I know that China is going to have a lot of things going on with them. Who is it? Mm-mm. No, I think it's one of our. Is it United Nations, maybe? Well, let's look at Iran. Who could it be, guys? Who could it be? Who could it be that Bibi is going, that there's going to be a lot of confusion here? China, with the United States, with Bibi. It's not them. Not them. I mean, I'm sure it's going to have to do with them, but it may not. It may not. May not. 2459. Who could this be, guys? Help me out here. Hey, Janet. Jill's just listening. Be careful, Jill. 1709. So we haven't gotten to the 1704 yet. That's going to be big. We haven't gotten there yet. Who is it? I'm going to look at the Vatican. I'm going to look at, let me just look at Israel, the nation. No, no, no. Who should I look at, y'all? Who could it be? India? I'm going to be looking at King Charles too, because I know that he's got some stuff coming up. Pluto is going to come against India as well. That's definitely happening. That's happening already. That happened 2 days ago. Pluto was opposing. Who could it be? Let's look at King Charles. Let's look at the king. Crazy we still have kings today, you know? It's not him. Damn, who is it? I'm going to have to go and look at my damn. All right, let's start looking at the, I'm going to duel them out and look at the USS Liberty. I'm going to start looking at these. USS Liberty and Gerald R. Ford. I'm just going to duel them out so I can see both. Okay, they have a 2548. They have a 2548, the USS Liberty. Hold up. Venus is going to come and oppose the communications. Hold on. We may have found it here. We may have found it. Yeah, I just already looked at Germany. So the USS Liberty. They are going to be transformed. Tomorrow? Let me see. This could have something to do with them. Get Pluto to that 456 right here with the values. So this is going to happen overnight. Okay, this is happening overnight. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is the FBI shit. This is the FBI right here in the 9th house, 3rd house, and I see it. Oh, this looks like some serious shit right here. Let's go back to the USS Liberty. March 17th, overnight. So this is going to be tonight and into tomorrow night. I mean, in the morning. There's 342. There's limits and obstacles with Oklahoma. There's going to be limits and obstacles with California. And I want to say New York, even New York. Holy shit. It's going to be a big time period, guys. March 17th, 12:48 a.m. And I said, holy shit, because that 1656 is in transit, and man, there's going to be a shakeup. Ooh, man. 342. And then there's going to be limits and obstacles coming to King Charles after that. When we wake up on the 17th, after we wake up. But see, this USS Liberty is going to be their lunar nodes of fate with their public image and where they've been is going to be transformed with Pluto. So Pluto is going to transform all day. It's a 24-hour transit. So it's going to be activating the fate of the USS Liberty. And the 25, no, that's not it. It's 24. It's 2458. Oh, something is not right here. This looks like a big religious event in the middle of the night. Could something be planted? Is there, they're going to be fated. And see, Venus at a 1324. Damn, do I need to look at? She is coming to bring them an intense experience. Very intense experience. And she is here in the 9th house, and she is opposing the communications with Mars right here. This 1940 looks like Virginia. It looks like Tennessee. It also looks like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. We need to watch the USS Liberty overnight, guys. So when we wake up in the morning, look for anything having to do with USS Liberty. If you don't see anything, then I guess we're just going to have to wait. We're just going to have to wait and see what shows up, if anything. if anything. Let me look at this for a second. I want to go to New York. And then I'll look at Jordan and Saudi Arabia because I can see that there's something here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. And see, they rise with the fate. The USS Liberty is actually fated with the United States of America. They rise at a 735 in Leo. And that is where the United States have their lunar nodes of fate, is in 735 of Leo. So just saying, they are fated with the United States. See what else I can see. Anything else? They're also fated with the President Trump. With President Trump. Okay. I'm not going to stay on that, but man. I mean, Zeus will come down. Zeus will come down to that 2548, but it'll be about the past. So we're going to have to see. Look at that. Look at this, guys. Look at this. In the fourth house of home, that 138 with Neptune is their values. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The things of the past with children. Could it be that it's the Liberty and not the USS Georgia with the kids? Or is this going to be something different? Is this going to be something else? Because they're fated tomorrow, overnight. I do see California. Not good. $15. Okay. Let's look at New York. Something could be going on in New York. Oh my gosh, why don't I have it? It's not saving. Every time I save New York, it just doesn't save. Jesus. We're back. January 1st, 1898. It could be New York. It could definitely be New York because they're they have a 341, so Saturn would have just went over them, made contact with them at home. So it could definitely have something to do with New York. Definitely have something to do with them. Okay, and then we could also look, I mean, there's tons of states and tons of countries, but let's just look at Saudi Arabia for a minute because shit, something ain't right here. Something is not right. And that conjunction right there is just showing that there is definitely more warring. So Saudi Arabia, they have the enlightenment with relationships and home. And see their vertex at a 0027, that connects to Netanyahu. So whatever he learns, right? Whatever he learns that pisses him off, it will be intense, very intense learning for Saudi Arabia. Big time. Oh, Lordy. And the lunar nodes of fate at the dark moon at a 941 is definitely going to be making contact. So the dark moon is actually going to make contact with Saudi Arabia and their public image at home before Netanyahu gets all pissy and pissed off with a lot of disordered aggression. So we'll have to watch this. Definitely have to watch this. I don't see where the 2452, the 2458 is making contact with them, is activating anything in their chart. And I feel like I've been here before, like I've already found it, and now I got to find it again. Jeez Louise. But there's going to be an investigation with their values, and it could have something to do with the sea. It's almost like there's too many chiefs, not enough Indians in this war. And that's interesting, too, to see that Neptune and Saturn, that conjunction, that Neptune-Saturn conjunction, they're at a 1 and a 3 degrees. So that means that they are right here. Saturn and Neptune, they're right here in the second house. And guess what? They're opposing a relationship in the government of Saudi Arabia. There is somebody in that government, I definitely see a reigniting with the flame with Russia, with the CIA, with this event. All the players, man, all these players. There's definitely going to be a relationship that is coming to bring a justice on the life path of Saudi Arabia. Let's go to Jordan. This is, this right here, that's Pete Hegseth. This could definitely have something to do with New York, okay? But we can also see other states, like I mentioned, of course. Let me look at Oklahoma. And California. Because aren't we supposed to be using some type of oil rigs? We're going to be getting oil from California. This could be it. This could be it. There's going to be limits and obstacles with California and their ascendant. Saturn will be making contact and will be activating this with California. And I'm thinking it's going to be about the oil. I'm thinking it will be about the oil. But let's see. See what else we got here. See what else. Because it looks like that's about it. Look at that. Oh, shit. I just now realized. I just now realized something. We are seeing a opposition with the United States in a relationship. 0046 in Taurus. So we've got a lot of energy that is coming against the United States. How we bring in money? Ruh-rohs. Cuba. Let me look at Cuba real quick. Lord, what be happening right now? What's happening? Too nosy to not know. Cuba. Cuba. I'm thinking that we're definitely going to see some things happening. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but we are. We really are. Because Ceres is going to be here in the third house of communications. So we'll definitely be seeing some things going down with Cuba. There's going to be a little shaky shake with Cuba, the way that they shine with groups in the third house of communications. This is definitely going to be bringing some information in with Cuba. Oh, yeah. There's an opposition with the relationship with them too. So we'll definitely hear about them in the news as well. Don't. I'm telling you. We're definitely going to see Cuba. Cuba. Because Venus is going to be activating their chart as well. That 1324 is definitely going to be activating their chart. I see so much with this. I'm going to have to do a whole live about Sebastian Rogers, I think. Because this is a time period where, wow. Dang. This is big. Let's look at Virginia just to be sure. And Tennessee. Hell. I mean, with all the religious rhetoric that's coming to Tennessee, it could be even Tennessee. But I would think that I would know if Tennessee has that 24 degree. Let's look at these two. 2442, 24's 2458. You got the 2558. Oh, shit. This is Virginia. '24. Nope. Virginia. The health of Virginia. The draft? Surely not. Okay, hold on. Virginia and the 17th. This is in the middle of the night. And it's let me look at the news here, because this 2452, 2458. So that's already coming over. Damn. Mars. Things of the past, justice with health and relationships. The military, maybe something happening on the base. Virginia. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm wondering because Zeus is going to be right here making contact all day. All day. And like I said, this is a Secret Service. This is some intense shit. Let me look at Utah. Maybe it's Ohio. Maybe it's Ohio. No, damn it. But it is Ohio. Okay, it is Ohio. It is Ohio. It is. Okay, so the 17th. No, we're going to the 19th. So we know that some serious shit's going down on the 17th in the middle of the night, and then on the 19th, the 2459. So that's going to set the stage for the 18th of 2458. 2458. So Chiron will come and make contact with physician of the past, things of the past here with communications in Ohio. Could be about somebody that's been locked up, something about the past with prisons and hospitals. Ooh. Yeah. $28. See, this really makes me want to really look at Sebastian's case. Look at this in Ohio because I can see it. It's kind of like a spiraling. But there's definitely going to be all attention on Ohio. So what's going on in Ohio? Let's just look. Let's look at what's going on in Virginia too. It's not about the weather. Not about the weather. I don't think so. No, I don't think we're seeing it just yet. Virginia, the storms, those have passed. No, we're not seeing it there. No. No. Virginia lawmakers leave Richmond without budget. Special session set for that. That could be something like that. It could be something like that. There's more to this story, though. There's something else. There's something else here. There's something else here, guys. This is a big day. And I think that whatever is happening overnight could be leading us here. This is definitely Trump, FBI. Like we're looking at Secret Service. We're looking at the CIA. We're looking at Charlie Kirk. I mean, we're looking at some massive shit going down here. Massive. 2459. Damn, who has that? Let me go back. Let me make sure Tucker doesn't have it. Nope. Nope. Damn. Check Indiana. Okay. Check Indiana. Okay. $24. I don't see that. I don't see it in Indiana. Let me look at Jordan. Whatever this is, it's going to shake. It's going to shake things up for sure. I'm going to look at Vladimir. Okay, so here's Jordan. No, I don't see it with Jordan. But it could be. It'll be today is more like things that are hidden with Jordan and the communications. That's today. I can see that with today, but no. Who else could it be? And then let me pull up Vladimir. Because we need to be looking at him anyway. I don't even look at Russia. Just look at him. 24. Nope. I mean, he's going to have a hand in stuff, but yeah, new moon in Pisces is coming. I need to do a video about that. 2459. 24. We know that Iraq, they were in transit yesterday with their ascendant, but it's not them. It's not them. Oh my gosh. Elon. Let me look at let me look at the atomic agency here. Maybe we need to get into something with agencies. Hold on. Let's look at the Lincoln. I mean, I'm just going to start looking at these two and see if I can find that degree with them, because it's something having to do with the war. Let's look at the Abraham Lincoln and we know about the Liberty. We've already talked about them. They're going to be in transit with, let's see. Got a 2455, the USS George W. Bush. Okay. Damn, could it be them? Let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that. USS Abraham Lincoln. They have the 2955 in their chart in the 12th house. Wow. With Saturn too. Damn. That's in an opposition with King Charles. That's in an opposition with King Charles. And you know that 1614 that the USS Georgia submarine has, that Saturn, they have in their third house of communications. 1614 with Trump. And Virginia. Interesting. How they connect. And that 811 that I'm seeing with the connection with the FBI is right here as well. They're Neptune. Could be the Abraham Lincoln. Overnight. Hold on. 24. That's going to be, they will be faded. They're going to be faded. So the USS Liberty is faded overnight right here with the FBI. Okay. So we know that that is happening. It looks like our fleets, like our ships. I'm still worried about our ships, guys. There's this one. So this one will be weighted down with communications. That's connected to Cuba. And see, they have a 1356, so that weight is going to shift. This weight is going to be shifting to them. Lord. Some of these just look, they just look like, wow. So the weight will shift to them. Let me look at this last one here. Oh, they got a 1324 as well. Saturn will eventually, Saturn is actually already opposing them. Saturn is in opposition here in the 5th house of kids, slowing them down with the friend group. Yeah, with the friend group, and it has to do with the health and the schools. The 2411, that's where they have major warring with the United States. And they got the 1324 up here too. Holy shit. And it's an opposition. It's an opposition with the communications. Man. So what does this mean? This means that this week, just like last week, this week we're really going to have to keep our eye out, the ear out for these ships, because look, when Selena comes into Virgo here, I mean, she's here now. I mean, you know, she's here. She's teaching. And as she teaches with the 0-0, she's coming in. There's going to be an opposition here with the C. Look at Florida. And it's a trip because they do actually. So this ship, this USS Delbert D. Black, it actually has a lot of connections with Cuba and with Russia. There's a lot of connections I see in this chart with Cuba and Russia. In a big way. In a big way. And a major warring with the United States, and definitely have a connection with Utah The CIA there. Not good. Oh my gosh. I just got a text. I woke up this morning, Lady Freedom had texted me. Oh my gosh. And she said, this idiot. I woke up to this video that she sent me and I said, I'm so confused. What is this? Because it sounded like the woman was just drunk as hell doing a live stream. And I said, I'm so confused. She said, this idiot in the link I sent you was saying that you were passing out XANAX. XANAX at the Pig Fest. That we had coolers of beer. We were all toasted at the gathering of voices. It's at the beginning and she names you by name. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever taken one of them in my life. I don't think, and if I have, it's from the doctor. I could have been in the hospital or something, but I don't think that I've ever taken one my entire life. I definitely didn't have a cooler at the Pig Fest. That girl's got her, she's got me all messed up. But I don't play that tit for tat game. You come over here, you come to the big girl table. That girl can go and kick rocks for all I care. I don't even know who the hell she is. I don't even know who she is. Yeah, I'm paying no mind to that stupid shit. They got me all kind of messed up. What do I look like? I'm too hyper for something like that. And I'm not knocking anybody that takes them. I mean, I'm just saying I don't think that I've ever taken one in my entire life. I really don't think I've ever had one. But that's neither here nor there anyway. I thought that was funny as hell. I'd stomp her. So the 1943, interesting. 1943. Let's go back. Let's go back. 1943 in Leo. Where'd I see it? Where'd I see it? Let's go back to CIA. CIA, where you at? CIA and Secret Service. Because these people, oh, it's a 1942. Look at that. And Leo. Wow. Well, I still haven't found the 2459, but I don't guess I'm going to. I don't guess I'm going to. Who else could it be? France? Spain? Let's look at Spain. Since I got Spain already here. 2544. 2554. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Oh, okay. Could definitely have to do with Spain. All of this energy with Spain. There's something with Spain. That is for sure. What about Mark Dixon, owner of Riga Cyber and London Links? Ooh. People are bored, Shauna. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne. Because it's like, what? I can't believe that. I mean, where'd she? I mean, what? Where'd she even come up with all this stupid shit? Like, what? Yeah. So it's a Trump Spain thing. There's a Spain thing here with Trump. Okay. But I don't think that this is what I'm seeing here. Mm-mm. I think that's part of it. Some of the things that I've mentioned is a part of it. It's not it. You know what? You know what? Let's start looking at our monetary system, Federal Reserve. How would BB be so pissed off? It couldn't be. Surely it wouldn't be anything with our Federal Reserve. What does he care? What would he care with that? Why would he be so pissed off? We're definitely going to see major opposition, right? We're seeing an opposition here with loans, with home loans, with homes. Okay, so we're definitely seeing thing going on down with that. There's the 359. So yes, there's the 1357. So the Federal Reserve today through the rest of the week, they're going to be weighted down. And this vertex, when it comes to Pete Hegseth and all of that information that he is going to have coming in, that is going to be slowing him down. Yeah, well, there's also the vertex with the Federal Reserve. So, okay, so we can definitely see that there's going to be things going on with the Federal Reserve. We already know that. They're going to be fated. There's going to be a fate that is going to take place very soon. Could it already be an orb? Let's go ahead and look at the Federal Reserve. Yeah, that chick needs to get up on our level. She's lost her ever-loving mind. Trump administration urges judge to revisit ruling blocking subpoenas to Jerome Powell. Well, there it is, guys. The Fed is no stranger to oil crisis, but this time could be different. March Fed meeting, live updates and commentary. Wow. Is that happening right now? You don't say. You don't say. Are the Feds meeting today? Look at that. Look at that. Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I knew I'd already seen this. That's it, guys. Oh, I love it when it comes together, but that's still not that's still not what it is. It's going to upset. You know who we could look at? Let's look at Epstein. Huh. Let's look at Ghislaine Maxwell. Could it be that? Let's see. You got a 315. That's what was first reported, and then now it's a 615. So we don't know. Let's see. Jeffrey Epstein. Let's go to the 19th because we know that the 19th, when we wake up in the morning, by the 19th, the feds will have already made their announcement, right? People are always starting crap. I mean, geez. Just goofy. Goofy. Well, I think I see something. Oh, man. Well, there's the 318, 1318. There's a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and we're in the past. Look at that. Lots of action is going back into the past when Epstein got offed, allegedly. Who's the relationship? Well, we know who it is. There's going to be a relationship, and it's going to be Maxwell. Let's look at her. We're about to pull up hold on. Excuse me. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that's what it is. Miss Maxwell, Venus is going to be the Venus is actually her Venus is sitting here in the 11th house. It's how she brings in money, okay? So her Venus, the Venus that is transiting here, Venus that is transiting here in her 11th house and how she brings in money is going to oppose, directly oppose the wisdom here. And it has to do with kids. It has to do with creativity, the law, justice, friendships. And so we're definitely seeing why he is having the dark moon coming to his ascendant. Interesting. Okay. So let's look up the witness protection program. Just for shits and giggles here, because I do wonder, I do wonder if he's deceased. And I do wonder if she is using a double and she's really not actually in jail. I do wonder about that. So I think what we're going to see is, okay, so there's a 2815, 2808, 2545. I don't see the 24s in here. Hold on. Could be other things going down. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of energy. Lots of energy is here in the 5th house of kids. The way that they create. It's going to be energy that's going to be a letting go. What else is here? 26. 2026. This is a relationship with the United States. Huh. And the files, the Epstein files. What is going on here with the Epstein files? What's happening? Because this person, okay, let me look at what's his face? Andrew. There's somebody else here. We're talking about Prince Andrew. Where are you at? Prince Andrew. Like, why do we have princes and kings? We're at this 2026. Come on. Get rid of the crown, man. We could even go to, let's see. There's somebody else, but this, it's not him. It's not him. Who else could it be? Who else could it be? Who could it be? I think that the Nancy Guthrie case is definitely a lot of geopolitics. I do. I do. I do. I still think that. I've tried to not see the conspiracy of it, but there is. I mean, there just is. Oh, Prince Andrew with the communications is definitely in transit today. Today, the 2558 that's going back to Virginia, that's going to be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow with Prince Andrew. Okay, so mark that on your calendar. Prince Andrew tomorrow, Virginia tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where? Let me go back. Epstein files right here. China. Israel. Israel. Okay. Netanyahu. And then, yeah, so what's going to happen is Venus is going to end up opposing the 11th house. So yes, 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 yes. The dark moon is going to make contact here and then going to make contact here. And I'm pretty sure, let me pull up Israel one more time because he could be, let's look at Israel and then let's look at the Virgin Islands because this could be about Epstein being alive. Let me just look at both of these charts real quick, side by side, and then I'll decide. Israel, Virgin Islands. And we need to look at New Mexico. Oh, I definitely see them. I definitely see the Virgin Islands. Let's go to New Mexico. Damn. It's too much, too much, too much, too much. See the United States. Remember that 735 that they have with their lunar nodes, they are fated with things of the past here with kids. What kids? Their lunar nodes, Virgin Islands lunar nodes are a 1536. This is how the Virgin Islands connects to the 440. That is the Witness Protection Program. I think he is definitely in the Witness Protection Program. And it's a trip because King Charles, his Venus, or the Venus is connecting to King Charles' lunar nodes of fate here in the 8th house. He is way connected. It's a trip. I just wonder if he's ever been on the island. I'm still not seeing the pain and the anger mixed together. So it could be that we are looking at someone that is like someone that's going to do harm. Someone that's done harm. And it just may not be somebody that I can find. Because it's not in New Mexico. It's not anybody that I pulled just yet. What about Iowa? Let me look. We can look at Arizona too. Just in case it has something to do with Arizona. I look at Iowa and Arizona together just so I can knock them out together. Iowa and Arizona. Iowa does have that 0047, so it will be things about the courts in Iowa. It could be things about the courts in Iowa with, I don't know, with groups at home. With children? With children? With children? Hold on. They are going to be faded overnight. What are you seeing in Iowa? Michelle, what are you thinking about Iowa? What do you think about Iowa? The USS Iowa? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, let me look at Arizona. They got a 2444. And then they have a 25. We'll definitely see things going on with Arizona. Definitely going to see things going on with Arizona and the Nancy Guthrie case. And see, look, they are so intertwined. Arizona is so intertwined with the Secret Service. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. So on the 17th, we are going to be, so on the 17th, we should definitely be hearing more stuff, possibly new information with Nancy Guthrie's case. Not that it's going to solve it, not that she's going to be found or anything like that. The USS Iowa, let me see. USS Iowa. In Iran. It transported. Okay, so is it still in operation? It's decommissioned. It was decommissioned in 1990, it looks like. It was primary deployed, decommissioned in 1990. The U.S. Navy took delivery of the new attack submarine USS Iowa in December 2024, which is slated for future operational deployment. Okay, so let me see. Oh my gosh. It was just commissioned? It was just commissioned. Let me make sure I don't have it. Nope. Nope. Let me see it. Hold on. On April 5th. Ten a.m. Okay, so it was commissioned April 5th, 2025. April. Did it say 5th? Did it say 5th? 5th? 2025. 10 a.m. Okay, let's look at this. It's in Los Angeles? Okay, let's look at it. Well, there you go, girl. You got it. You got it. Thank you so much. You got it. There it is, 2458. There it is. Thank you so much. Okay. I think you got it, honey. Let me look at this for a minute. Oh, Lord. This could be it. We got a 2456. We got a 2458. This could be it, honey. 2456. So that was yesterday. Chiron is coming over the 2456. And see, this is the problem. They talk way too much. They talk way too much and letting people know what the hell we're doing. We're using the oil out of California, guys. California oil. Offshore. This is why. They just talk too much. Loose lips sink ships. I mean, damn. Two months ago. One day ago. Hold on. Let me share this with you guys. Hold on. This is a day ago. And this is why, we're about to see why they have, after we listen to this, then we're going to look at the USS Iowa. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit, guys. Hold on. Share this other screen with you guys so you can hear it. Because if I just shared the whole screen, then you're not going to hear it. But this is it. A name. Dang it. Okay.
Chris Wright directs a Texas-based oil and gas company to restore operations in waters off Southern California that were damaged by a 2015 oil spill, invoking the Defense Production Act. The department says restoring Sable Offshore Corporation's Santa Ynez unit and pipeline off Santa Barbara is aimed at addressing supply disruption risks. Officials say the unit includes 3 rigs in federal waters, offshore and onshore pipelines, and the Los Flores Canyon processing facility. The facility can produce about 50,000 barrels of oil per day and would replace nearly 1.5 million barrels of foreign crude each month. But there is pushback. Governor Gavin Newsom condemned the move, writing, quote, "California will not stand by while the Trump administration attempts to sacrifice our coastal communities, our environment, and our $51 billion coastal economy." The statement continues, the Trump administration and Sable are defying multiple court orders, and we will see them back in court, end quote.
There it is. No.
And the Speaker has got the easiest job of anybody in government. He's got a majority of 2.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's go back and look at the chart now. Yeah, I love it when we work together. I love it too. All right. This is something we need to look at. Because the USS Iowa, if that is where it's at, which that's where she said it's at, is off the shore of California. then we need to look at this. The 2458, now it's at a 2459, now it's at a 25. This is NATO. But let's take it back to the 2458 where it gets shaken up. We're going to take this back. So, $24.58, $24.56. So the 24.58 is here. The 24.52. Okay, so we're going to look at this. We can already see that this is big. I mean, it's a, this is early in the morning. So if I wanted to look at that actual ship, then I want to take it to the 3:45 because right now we're in overnight. This is having to do with California. So we go to the 3:45. Now we're in the 11th house. In the 11th house, how we bring in money? Groups. With the USS Iowa. Okay. So the USS Iowa over here on the left, the 2456 is their heiress, the warring with groups. Shit, look at that. Oh my gosh. And the 2458. Okay. The 345 with Saturn is limiting them at home. Again, I mean, I'm seeing Cuba. The 2957 is Cuba. Jupiter has already went over their values and opposed the things that they are doing in private. So they've already told everybody, hey, this is what we're doing. So this is about the past. Lots of warring being shaken up. Yesterday, when the news was breaking about California and the courts and Gavin Newsom and all that, heiress was on their heiress of war. So and look at Chiron. Chiron is coming to the 2456. Lots of pain here. And then going to shake things up. Chiron will make contact, will activate. This is at a 1703. And that's not a good number. And the reason why it's not is because the 1704 and the 1706 that it's coming into is going to shake things up. And the warmongers definitely have that degree. So does Iran. So it's going to be a shakeup in the sea. There's going to be a reigniting of a flame with their values, with this ship's values, and that's going to be in the sea. But look at this. This is, oh my gosh. They have a 2453. That's exactly where Chiron is going to oppose here with the creativity. Wow. Wow. So as Chiron is here at a 2453, it's going to oppose the creativity and even the law. There's an opposition here. Major opposition. So we can even look at Gavin Newsom and see if there's anything that's going to become of this. Like if there's going to be a tragedy here or if there's just going to be a bunch of going back and forth talking. I mean, NATO is still here. I mean, we're seeing a lot of a reigniting of a flame here. 2258. The dark moon has just, so the dark moon is already activated with the warring, with the law, yeah, right here. Okay, so this is probably what we're seeing here. Gavin Newsom. He's saying, okay, well, why not? Gavin, guess he has his own reasoning. Got his own reasoning for it. Yep. So there's going to be a shakeup with the values, with the courts, with the law. And this is tomorrow morning. So they're going to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But that's not what I'm seeing for the 19th. That's not what I'm seeing for the 19th. For 18, where is that at? So he'll have an intense experience. And yeah, so he's going to have an intense experience. There's a breakup with it, with things of the past, with the relationships of the past. And it is about the sea. It's about the oil. I mean, it is what it is. Going to be a lot of energy coming. Lots of energy. And it's already come. All this energy with Ceres, a letting go, other people's money, with the oil, the reproduction. Interesting. Okay. Now we know. Somewhat. Somewhat. How'd I see Sebastian Rogers in this chart? So bad. Hmm. I'm going to end up having to do I got to do a live now about Sebastian because I keep seeing it. So I need to do it. And absorbing so you can put 2 and 2 together. That's what we're doing. We're just trying to put it together, trying to absorb it as well. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Anyway, I think that I'm going to do a live about the astrology with Sebastian. I think that's what I'm going to do now. I think. I don't know. I'm going to call you, Shauna. I'm going to call you and see what you think. You don't have any audio? Can y'all not hear me? No sound? Jeff says he can hear. Jeff says he can hear. Marianne. I think we need to look. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a live. I'm going to call you, Shauna, okay? But I'm going to end this one. I don't think that there's anything else that we really need to look at right now. We need to come back and regroup on the 19th, the 20th. You know what I'm saying? We need to, because I already have the Roosevelt written down. Nice. What do you say? So I've got the 17th, the 18th, the 19th. Those are days, but that could just be the 19th though. Like when we see how this is going to work out with Netanyahu, there's something going on with Epstein. There's a lot of things that are going on, and China is going to be involved. Make a new thumbnail, right? I'm going to, girl. So we'll be back on. We'll have to talk again tomorrow. We'll have to pick this back up tomorrow and move on, because these ships are that are at sea, some of them look more in danger than others, or a part of something much deeper than what we were being told. And then we got I got the 19th and the 20th, major days. I got the 31st, the 1st of April, the 8th of April, the 9th of April, the 14th of April, the 15th of April. I mean, I don't know that this is going to be over in just a few weeks. So we'll have to see. Anyways, guys, I will be back here in just a little bit to talk about Sebastian, I think. All right. Peace out.